Hey there gang, Kawaii50 here with another fake Grand Order video. Of course, time to talk about the remaining Tom Lin we can currently summon. Don't worry, there's another one on the way. I am talking about Tam Lin Tristan, also known as Baobhan Sith, who I will just refer to as Bao because that is the fewest number of syllables. And also, it's kind of cute. We're going to be going over Bao's best allies, craft essences, and command codes in order for you to make her a suitable boss-slaying fairy vampire for your team. Hopefully, this video helps you do just that, and if it does, please be sure to go ahead, like, subscribe, and share, because that would really help me out. Bao comes equipped with 2 quick, 2 arts, and 1 buster card with a single target quick noble phantasm. We're already getting the Tristan vibes from her kit. Her max HP of around 12k and her max attack of around 9500, both fairly solid, nothing necessarily to sneeze at in the stats department. Her NP per hit is pretty solid as well, and her star absorption is of course above average, mainly focusing on the fact that she is an archer. That is mainly what contributes to this, and it really helps considering what she wants to do. Bao's first skill is Grimalkin rank A. This gives her 3 turns of quick card effectiveness, 1 turn of invincibility. It gives all her allies 1 turn of evade, and this is all at the low cost of the rest of her allies losing 500 HP, which is basically nothing. The quick boost on this is 30 to 40%, so it's actually pretty sizable from the get-go. So we're definitely gonna wanna go ahead and level this. As just a general rule for all of her skills, we're gonna wanna get these to at least 666, and the main reason for this is because they all have the same cooldown. They all max out at 6 turns of cooldown. So we're gonna wanna go ahead and take advantage of one of the few servants that has all of their cooldowns exactly the same. Let's make sure we at least do that. If you want to get her to 10-10-10, that's fine too. But at least the 666 will get a round 7 turn cooldown on all of these skills. Bao's second skill is Blessed Scion rank EX. This gives all enemies an NP and skill seal, so they straight up aren't allowed to do anything, and also grants her 20 to 30% NP charge. Pretty dang solid to see some NP charge on a quick servant, but don't worry, it gets even better. Her third skill is Fey Vampirism rank A true vampirism skill if I've ever seen one. This drains 2k to 3k HP from an enemy, decreases their NP gauge by 1, that's an 80 to 100% chance, so we've got to sink a little bit into this skill. And it also increases her NP gauge by 20 to 30%. If you 10-10-10 Bao, that is going to be a 60% NP charge on a quick servant. We're looking at better than Skahawk Scotty supports, which is kind of ridiculous, especially on a 4-star. If we get her to at least 666, that is the 50% NP steroid that so many servants covet, on a cooldown that is basically the same across all skills. She is already looking pretty dang good. And her append skills are looking pretty dang good too. Extra attack boost, of course, can be solid if you're focusing on her as your main damage dealer. This is going to increase all aspects of the extra attack card, damage, NP gain, crit star drop rate, you name it. Low magical energy still remains good on absolutely every single character, but if you have her second and third skills maxed out, plus this equipped as well, she is able to start battle with an 80% NP gauge after you pop both of those skills, which is kinda nutty and actually leaves you a lot of options open for craft essences and supports as well. Anti-alter ego attack up is pretty dang great considering alter egos don't deal nearly as much damage to the knight classes. This is an excellent find on absolutely any knight class because you can send them out there to soak some alter ego damage and deal extra damage as well.
Showtime ね。ほら、もうおしまい。これがあなたの慣れの果て。フェッチ・フェイルノート。
The Noble Phantasm you just saw there was Fetch, Fail, Not Rank E. This is eerily similar to Tristan's in effects, but it ends up being that basically on steroids. This, of course, gives sure hit before damage is dealt, and deals 1200 to 2000% damage to a single enemy. This also inflicts Curse, and the overcharge effect is Evil Curse. Very, very similar to Shuten Doji's poison effect, this ends up increasing all of the curse damage that an enemy takes for 5 turns. So they are really going to feel it even after Fetch Fail Not has done its initial damage. As is the case with a lot of Noble Phantasms, NP2 ends up being the biggest damage boost, so if you really want to use Bao as your main archer, that is going to be the NP that you are going to end up gunning towards. Now, as I said earlier, Bao's ability to start with 80% Noble Phantasm gauge on the absolute best day and setup possible opens up a ton of options for craft essences. Of course, with a servant so focused on powerful Noble Phantasm damage and the ability to have so much MP charge at the start of a battle, she is actually an excellent recipient for the Black Grail, especially considering Fey Vampirism can go ahead and offset some of that HP drain. You still aren't going to find better damage, even on JP. If you're looking for some other options, I've actually got some pretty solid budget options to recommend for Bao, Cherry Icicle being the first one. This grants quick card effectiveness, NP damage, and a starting NP gauge of 30 to 50%. If your Bao is at least 666, that is an easy turn 1 Noble Phantasm thanks to her skills. And the quick card effectiveness and NP damage really help with her overall damage. Holy Night Supper is also an excellent option. This is also a 30 to 50% NP gauge CE, but it also grants NP damage and critical damage. Critical damage being incredibly effective for her because, of course, she is an archer, so she's gonna eat a lot of critical stars. Your ally setup for Bao is going to be incredibly simple. We are going to want the best quick supports we can possibly get. Of course, Skahawk Scotty is going to be our main pick to fulfill this role. If you don't end up having a Skahawk Scotty, that is perfectly fine. Wu Shan is also a very serviceable substitute, as she can generate a lot of critical stars for Bao to use. Another thing to definitely mention is the fact that she is chaotic evil and a quick type servant and incredibly focused on curse damage. So she is actually an incredible pairing with Ashia Doman. You can go ahead and start the battle with your Doman on the field, have him pop all of his buffs, and then use the combat uniform to swap him out for a Skahawk Scotty. You are going to see an enemy that already has some curse damage on them, and Bao's going to see some massively increased damage from the combination of 2 Skahawk Scotty buffs, her own buffs, as well as Ashia Doman's amazing chaotic evil buffs. Seriously, there's a reason I consider Doman the best alter ego in the entire game. This is part of it. And finally, command codes. Bao's kit is very straightforward and very well tuned with a lot of different options available. So we can definitely beeline on the 2 things that she is going to benefit most from. The first is going to be critical damage because of her archer class and ability to eat all of those critical stars. Nobu Sengumi is an excellent pick, engraved on her quick card, increasing the card's critical damage by 15%, and non-existent Phantasmal Horse, the improbable Phantasmal Horse, whatever you want to call it. This is another great pick for her quick cards as well. You end up engraving both of these on her quick cards, you're going to have a solid critical damage boost. Now, when it comes to her arts and buster cards, we can of course lean in more to the curse damage if we so choose. Beguiling Amulet is going to grant us another instance of curse and an additional critical star, and Legendary Beast of the Grove is going to grant an even more potent curse, and both of these will benefit from the debuff granted by Baobhan Sith's Noble Phantasm. When it comes to her remaining card, you can basically go with anything that either grants critical stars in order to take advantage of her eating all of the critical stars, or you can go with something more focused on sort of buff cleansing, say a Code Cure or a White Vessel's Command Seal. Overall, gang, Bao is an amazing single target archer. She is truly fantastic and continues the trend of the Tamlin being formidable forces, despite the fact that the 2 that we've received so far are both 4 stars. She has the ability to not only deal a bunch of damage to enemies when it comes to her critical strength, but also continue to chip them down after the fact with her curse damage. Her kit's ability to grant all of her allies an evade as well as herself an invincibility ends up giving her a sort of boost to help out her allies that not necessarily every other archer is going to bring to the table. She does, of course, have some flaws in order to get at least that 50% star gauge, NP charge, my gosh. In order to get that NP charge, you are going to need to invest in her skills at least until 666. You are going to want to do that with every single character in the game, but for new players, this might be a little bit of a tall order, at least for now. And as is the case with a lot of damage dealers in FGO, she is very focused on having supports to reach her full potential. Some people see this as a huge detriment, but I see it as just the way the game is designed. You want to have a bunch of supports focused on your best servant doing their best work. And for a lot of people, that best servant is Baobhan Sith. She is absolutely worth summoning for if you lack an archer, and she is absolutely worth summoning for if you like her as a character. Even though from what I've experienced of her in the Avalon story right now, she's kind of grating on my nerves a little bit. However, that third ascension is still one of the best third ascensions in the entire game, so she gets those points from me. But of course, I want to know what you all think, so let me know your thoughts on Baobhan Sith down in the comment section below. Let me know if there are any allies, craft essences, or command codes you think I might have missed, and let me know if you were able to summon Baobhan Sith on the banner. Don't worry, she's going to get quite a few reruns, so if you weren't able to summon her effectively the first time, she will show up in future banners. She is also a story-locked character, so she has a chance to randomly show up down the line. As you go and head down in the comment section to let me know, please consider checking out the Discord, the Patreon, and the Ko-fi. Any support I can get from those really does help me out, especially considering this is a month where I've been doing a lot of roles for your entertainment. It's obviously not needed at all, but I have appreciated all of the super chat support and all that in the past. So thank you to everyone who has done that. Of course, thank you for your support in any form, and a big thanks to all of you here on YouTube. It is thanks to you continuing to watch these videos that I continue to make them, so I appreciate it. Anyways, gang, that's it for me, Kawaii50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.